Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming. This is going to be the first of many PSA returns. I'm going to kind of break it up a little bit. But anyways, those of you who are patrons and you're seeing this first, if you see anything you want, just let me know and we could probably work out a deal for it. Some cards won't be for sale, but I would think a lot of these are going to be. This first video, we're actually going to be going through mostly base set stuff. I submitted this stuff a little while back. If any of you remember, I had these big boxes full of cards that were all base set stuff, and he had a stack full of base set holos. He said was near man. He pulled them out of the pack, but he didn't think that they would grade a 10 on any of them. But I think we did sneak in a few 10s, and like, man, these are really strong 9s. Like, so if you look at that Alakazam, it looks pretty nice. Maybe like a very small dot down there. Those two dots are on the case itself. But anyways, we'll go through, and if you see anything you like, just let me know. So we got a lot of Alakazams in this one. And thank y'all for any of you who are supporting me through Patreon. It's been really nice to see all of you signing up for that. Even those of you who signed up for just $1. That's pretty cool, the fact that you'd want to throw a few dollars here and there to support the YouTube channel. It really helps out. And those of you who want the mystery boxes, I've had a few of you sign up for that as well. That's pretty cool. I will continue to make those the best I can for you, and maybe you'll get a little bit extra since we're not going through eBay, even though Patreon is kind of has the same, almost the same percentage, at least 8% or so is through there, and 10% on eBay. So as you can see, we did pull a Gem Mint 10. I can't remember if I have a 10 in my collection or not, but man, a ton of 9s. I mean, I didn't have but maybe 2 or 3 Alakazams set on back stock, but now I got a good stock for sure. Maybe I'll make some PSA sets. Check this one out. We got a 10 on Blastoise. I know that I don't have a PSA 10 Blastoise, so this will probably be one that I don't offer up for sale. Although you can make an offer if you want to. It's possible that I'll take you up on that. Got another Blastoise here. I only sent in 2 Blastoise, one 9, one 10. Got a 9 on that Chansey. Chansey's a tough one to get. Oh, let's get another stack out. Got a 9 on that one. Did pull an 8. Probably some of that, those lines in the top side right there. For those of you who were on Patreon, you actually got to look at all of these, the theme decks, at a lower price early. It was probably about 2 weeks before I ever showed them on eBay. Maybe a week and a half. We're not on eBay, but on here, like for the public. On there I do a lot of business advice and things like that. So if you're interested in it, you can sign up for any level that you want. But either way, I appreciate all of you for checking out this video. Every view helps out. A lot of you do email me with offers for different things, and you sell me a collection or you want to buy a pack. And that's what makes this channel fun, because I get to interact with so many of you on on all kinds of levels. Some of you who want nothing but just like a signed card, and then there's others of you who literally want to spend thousands of dollars, which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because it's just Pokemon cards. But then again, whenever you hear someone say it's just Pokemon cards, you kind of want to smack them, because man, these things are so much more valuable than about anything else you could buy in a store, and they can go up in value. There's another 10. Man, so far we've got a 10 on everything except for Charizard, because I didn't have any of those. So we got 1, 2, 3, and 4, or 1, 2, 3, and 5. So maybe we'll have a full set of 10s. I don't know. There's another Clefairy. Clefairy, there we go. Clefairy. Got Gyarados, an 8.5. I don't like 8.5s, but you know what? It's better than a 7.5. Another 9. My base set box has been getting a little light from where I'm kind of throwing these in as bonuses for the premium packs or mystery boxes or something like that, because just about anyone who collects, I mean, they like themselves a PSA 9 base set holo. I mean, it's just a good solid card. It's a solid grade. The value isn't crazy out the roof, so it's affordable. So if you have 1 or 2 of them, you can actually go through and try to complete a set for a reasonable amount of money. Oh man, there wasn't any 10 on the Gyarados. And for the most part, you're going to see that all of these numbers are sequential. I've put them in order. I've made sure that they've already got the sleeve on them so I can move them around. They don't get stuck too much while we're doing the video. Those of you who handle a lot of PSA cards know what I'm talking about. You're not going to be able to do what I just did if they don't have that sleeve on them. But the ones, if you do see some missing numbers, pretty much what's going on there is there were some other people's cards that were submitted on this order. And if that was the case, I took their cards out. I'm not going to video those. Some of them gave me permission to, but because I have so many of them and I don't want people thinking that they could buy them directly off of me, I did not video them for those purposes. I've had a lot of people submitting cards through me, and that kind of surprises me. I've always had people asking, but I never really thought that it would be a consistent thing. So if you guys are wondering, I do accept submissions or accept other people's cards, and I put them in on my submissions. Normally you're going to pay at least $20 a card unless you go through a bulk rate and then you take care of the shipping and all these other things yourself. But if you want to submit one card, I mean, that can get really expensive, because I think even the cheapest return shipping that PSA charges is like $19 or something like that, because you have to pay for insurance. But if you want to submit through me, I submit usually every couple of weeks at least 200 cards, so I get a nice bulk discount. And you guys can submit through me for $13. So I have about a $5 margin or so that I can make on each card, but that $5 is going to be put towards basically me submitting a ton of cards all the time, taking care of the card savers, you know, the shipping to PSA, and the only thing on top of that you'll have to pay for is the return shipping once we get it back. But I'll let you pick that out. I won't charge you for insurance if you don't want to do insurance. So we got 2 10s right there. That's pretty cool. But if you wanted full details on any of that, you just send me an email. My email is always in the description. #1 Pokemon Collector @gmail.com. Should be at the bottom. Now this one is interesting because it was definitely a misgrade. You know, sometimes there's those ones where you're like, I'm mad about this 8 or I'm mad about this 7. You know, it should be a 9 or a 10, but this one says good 2. I mean, a 2 is something terrible. And if you look at this card, I'm going to try and flash everything for you so you can see it. Sorry for the glare, but I think it's going to be necessary so you can see it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the front of that. You look on the back side, there's a straight on shot. You can see 2 little white dots down here. But there's nothing else. I'm going to let you see the surface. There's nothing going on with that card that would make it a 2. Or even a 6, and maybe not even a 7. I mean, I would say that this is an 8, possibly even a 9, depending on how heavy they wanted to deduct for those 2 white dots there on the corner. But I've seen worse 9s than this before. In fact, I've seen worse 10s than this before. But I mean, I don't think it's definitely not a 10, but it's definitely not a 2 either. So this one is a misgrade. I mean, like no questions about it. If I wanted to, I could probably send this into PSA and they would take care of that, no problem. But for me, it's kind of cool to have this as an example. So I'm probably not going to send it in there. I mean, even if it was a 9 or something, you're looking at a $30, $40 card, you know, tops. And as a 2, I think it's almost worth more to me for the information that can be attained from it. Just showing it off to you guys so you can know that PSA will actually take care of it if you want to have stuff reviewed. Man, we had a lot of Mewtwo's and we're still on them. Got another 9. Of course, I'm glad we got 2 10s out of it. So far we've gotten 6 total 10s. Lots of 9s. Magneton had lots of 8s. There's an 8 from Mewtwo. Pretty much what I've been doing on eBay is, because I don't really want to sell these PSA 9 base set holos, what I've been doing is every time I sell one, if I go to restock it, I'll up the price $1 or $2. Sometimes that's good for the market as well, because the previous buyer who got to it first, he got a little bit better deal than the next guy, and then so forth. And it also keeps the market from just flooding out too much. Oh look, there's a 3rd Gem Mint 10. Looks really nice. Let's see if it has any white dots back there. Looks pretty good to me. Maybe that top left corner. It's got 3 Gem Mint Mewtwo's. I don't think I need any of those for my collection, but I might. So at least 2 of them would be for sale. If somebody wanted to pick one of those up. in general, the PSA 9s on most of the non-starter Holos are going to be worth about 30 bucks or so, and 8 probably about 20, 25. Some are a little bit higher, like I think I sell the Raichu for 50 or so. And then for the PSA 10s, they're probably going to be valued anywhere between 80 and $120. Other than harder to find, harder to get ones like the Blastoise, Charizard, and Venusaur. Well, then again, those probably aren't as much harder to get. They're just harder to attain from through eBay or somewhere because they're going to have a higher demand. So it's not like that their scarcity is lower. It's just that they're much higher in demand because people want those a lot more. People identify with the three main starters. Man, I think this whole video is going to be base set Holos. I didn't think I had an entire box full, but it may be that way because I've got this one box lined up, and then I have 2 more boxes lined up for this one bulk submission, and then there's actually 2 more full bulk submissions. So there's 3 bulk submissions, and then I think one has 3 videos, one has 2 videos, and one's going to have 3. I'm going to try to limit each video to 1 box, because these files are just giant now that I'm recording in higher quality, which also takes that much longer to upload to YouTube. And man, my internet has not gotten any better. I had a high-speed internet. I had some it's Charter around here. I don't know what it is everywhere else, but Charter come out. They said it would cost like $10,800 some if I want to get it ran, but they would cover $3,000 of it for residential, and if I could convince my other 3 neighbors to sign up, then they each would also get $3,000 knocked off. So we could essentially get it for free if I could convince all of my neighbors to do it. But there's a little bit of a language barrier between me and them, and I don't know if they all use their internet, to be completely honest. But I'm going to try out this thing where I bought a hotspot with a mobile device. Hopefully I have service here, and if that's the case, then I may be able to start getting high-speed internet through that. Man, check it out. A Gem Mint Poliwrath. Hate to cover up Blastoise, and then a second one. 2 in a row. Nice. Now, for those of you who don't know, there's actually, let's see if I can, there's actually a little bit of a variant with these Poliwrath. Let's see if I might go to pick it up on this. I don't know if you can see it, but the Holo in the background is 2 different tints. Like this one is a blue, this one's more of a pinkish. There's some of these that are really pink in the background, and I don't think either one of them's more rare than the other. But there were some people who really like the pink one more over the blue, but I kind of like the blue. It's got that lighter tint to it. But like I said, there are some that are pretty dark. It's not like there's not much of a difference in those that I was showing you there. Got Raichu and an 8. There we go. Got us a 10 there with Venusaur. So hit 2 for 2 on the starters. Got 10 Blastoise and a 10 Venusaur. Next up we got Zapdos. Another Zapdos, and this will be the last one for this video. We have a PSA 10 Zapdos. So it looks like we got what, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 PSA 10s out of about 120. So it had about a 10% hit rate. And this guy said all of these were packed fresh pulled by him. Of course, that 2 PSA might argue with us about that one, but I think if they saw that card in person, they would agree that it was a misgrade. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and be on the lookout for the next video. I assume it's going to be something past base set, of course, but it's still going to be from the same submission. So we should pick up with 43,449,034. Or I guess more accurately, you wouldn't put the and in there between the 43,449,000. But thanks, guys, for watching, and catch you later.